Nobody can beat my mom. I repeat, nobody can beat my mom. You wanna know what's happening? Recently, literally, I wasn't supposed to wear this shirt, but I got tired. I got tired because somebody would keep on hopping on the jinx. And this is, my Las Vegas shirt. That I used to wear all the time. The Uncle David used to buy. That actually bought me. This one time. But this is actually serious. Nobody can beat my mom. You wanna know why? Because everybody has a way worse criminal record, and I mean by that, through and through, if you want to be disrespectful, is every time you want to handcuff Uncle Tommy, literally, it's in another world. Literally, you don't have enough points to keep on saying this. This is in and out. Literally, they forgot about this statutory rape, they forgot about that. So when I tell them to go all the way forward, guess what ends up happening? Literally, the domestic violence, literally, and the girl that they fucking rape activate. Alright? So guess what ends up happening? Well, keep on playing this immature game, literally trying to keep on making it up to my perception. But what is your perception? Is it imaginary or is it real? Because what is unicorns for? Literally, is unicorns really for fucking bronies literally that are over fucking 40 watching My Little Pony, literally saying that, oh, because there's a certain archetype of archaeologists, a dick can't extend? No. Literally, this is actually real shit. Let me tell you something. The same reason why I wore this shirt, because you kept on, making me afraid of jinxing. First of all, I wasn't supposed to work out yesterday. I was supposed to sleep. I was supposed to sleep all day yesterday. Literally, guess what ends up happening? Literally, with your fucking backpack game, literally, I get high. Literally, you make me realize, oh, this is happening because you fucking pretend the bitches aren't there. You have multiple layers of bitches in your fucking face. That's in one straight line because you're trying to get money for your children. Literally, something way bigger, something that you don't understand. Literally, guess what ends up happening? You go outside, you play basketball, like, oh no, I feel fucking fat. You go around, literally, you get some fucking fiber, like fucking red beans and rice. Guess what? Now fucking a couple of fucking bites, literally, is too much. Literally, now you can fucking go sleep again. I'm like, I'm done. You wanna know why that happens? Cause you want me to be all up on this shit like a little kid. Literally, why I know everything through and through like a grown ass man. This is what this is based off of. Let's actually cut to the chase. Literally, I was watching Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds on Pluto TV, so now it matters. No, it doesn't, because of that. But anyway, just to be flat out there, plain and simple, besides the drugs, what makes you hide behind your social position is you having a guarantee and you falling back on being a literal pussy. Now let's get to what you did literally when I finally caught up to everything of Lord, because what this game was based off of was overall. You see how I wore the shirt? Literally, I ended up saying this shit literally is the Wiz within 1 day or 2 days. Literally, and they said 2 days. No, it's within 1 day because of how much you had to keep up with the aero check, because of how much you did this, and that, right? So I'm gonna be fucking for real because you kept on pouncing on the jinxing. Literally, this was gonna be, my undershirt that was gonna wear the level up expo that we're gonna get to, the bullshit in a minute. But let's just explain. This is gonna be my undershirt, and I'm just gonna flat out say it out there. I'm not keeping it a secret. I'm going to level up expo as Sasuke, the blue one. Okay, so I'm letting you know. And guess what ends up happening, Lily? I end up contemplating because, last month, this is how my mind works for the XYZ when you don't cooperate. Because what ends up happening, right, is I buy this shit at AliExpress. I'm like, yo, so I spent, $40, or fucking $30, Lily. And the fit's only, $10, $16. So what I get is I get the blue fit, but I don't get, the full package, with the wig and stuff like that. Because the wig is fucking black, it's generic, and fucking, people, stalking me. Amethyst, my Amy, literally is one of, no, he shouldn't get a rig. No, he shouldn't do this and that. Well, now I regret it. You know why? Because I recognize that, I contemplated earlier, I'm like, I'm just gonna use my Jalal wig, which is literally blue. I'm gonna wear, the fucking hat from Jesse over there. Literally, I'm gonna go. Literally, but then you have to wear your Adidas. Then you have to stitch some drip too. Yeah, a lot of fucking shit. Now, guess what? You gave me a minute to calm down and recognize, literally, we have them next month, so I'm gonna go buy, the hair and the fucking headband the next month. Now that my mind is clear, okay? That's the fucking game. Literally, guess what happened when I started watching Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds? Literally, when Akiza, after you chop my brain with Akiza, literally, when I recognized that she was going back and forth with the fucking plant, our Yu-Gi-Oh! Card, it was connected to the shit that I was doing in San Francisco. And see how, they had hella different fucking transitions that, stay away from, PG, minus Carly, all that fucking shit. Literally, I figured out that that's the fucking trip to San Francisco. That's when you're in Stan Lord, literally, don't recognize something that's fucking intense. Literally, and so 5Ds is all about that. I'm like, bruh, that's retarded, and, so, you get something popped in your head, like, bro, that's literally a third Yu-Gi-Oh! Call out the ground fucking motorcycles already, and that's what you're fucking afraid to do? That was the fucking, great shit, fucking, it's either you have my girlfriend as Brittany, this, and that, yeah, it's real wild. Yeah, so let's think about it, This is fucking true. Nobody can beat my mom. Know why? You want to know why? Because, the cops are pedophiles, they're rapists, they're this, and that. As soon as I want to step forward, something's going to happen. So I told him, straight up, flat out this morning, literally, if you're able, because they want to hear this about domestic violence when it's just the Devario, literally, when Uncle Tommy has you do this, and that, he has you get the yellow banana, literally, so now you're looking like a grown man. Fuck Uncle Tommy, literally, why? Because you worked so hard, you put everybody on an altar, you did this, and that, literally, and now you can't even fucking think straight, I know why? Because they're trying to fool a gang, say it takes time, literally, when you get the yellow banana, when you do all this shit, it takes time, so you're not gonna do anything up front, but you gotta do something street threatening with your uncle, having called you a crackhead, having, in close every single street statement when you're fighting for your fucking children, but you don't want to do anything up front, but you want to say it takes time, literally, to pull your living like a grown-ass fucking man, literally, when you get high, literally, you don't know what to do with yourself, literally, they blows yourself up. No, I told him, if you want to keep this game, you have to do something up front, which is why he gets Ice Cube, and that's why, they're all out of rack. Literally, that's what this fucking game's wrong for. You see how I'm adapting to the fucking game? Literally, and, it's going all out, it's true. It's very true, part of the reason, why I play, Bleach and Rip the Souls, and all that shit, is to let you know there's a fucking hack. Literally, if I know how to hack, something, above interest, but let's just, put it plain simple, guys. Let's get back to Alpha Male Strategies. What the topic of this video is nobody can beat my mom because nobody wants to give up a criminal record. Nobody wants to, stoop like me. I'm like, is there no fucking person literally who used a whole black room in one life who related to He-Man before? No, there's tons of millions. I don't know how they survived, which is a part of this shit, and guess what ends up happening, over time, literally, after I'm done skateboarding, literally, when he's done, destroying me about Bop and Weave, I think about relationships with Penny, literally, and then, everything, turns out into a joke. Now, let's actually, be real about the subject, okay? Literally, where it comes, to, woman having her guard up, like Tiffany, right? Tiffany had freckles, but she has big tits, literally. That was one of, my biggest challenges in high school. Literally, that she wanted to keep her own mind. Get this, literally, when I become an adult, literally, this is not the thing I'm going to stay around in the same area to play a game. This is a pleasure thing I'm going to make with, granddaughter, or, be within presence, literally. When I aim far, when I talk about shit, that means I aim far, literally, from the United States and everything. I wanted to go cross country. I didn't want to stay in fucking garage. And guess what? Particularly to what you think, literally, when I was working on my Boy Scouts, my Star Merit pass, guess what ended up happening? They stole my cancer in the backyard because they figured out that I fucked armor. It's like, oh, literally a half black guys going low and rising up to school. Oh, we got this little earth because these fucking girls, and you need to admit that she is immature, and that's why, literally, when it comes to Alpha Male Strategies, guys, literally, he's been way more debt than me, literally. His debt actually got to the fall, literally, and then when one got a criminal record, it being expunged, and I'm like, is expunged from fucking SpongeBob? We're supposed to fucking think that that's actual fucking flow, but what expunged, means actuality is that you use a punctual, plural, in order, to fool you into something, okay? Because what they're doing is the behind education. Guess what happened to that same guy? Literally, I saw him down the street homeless. And they use this shit like, literally, oh, she didn't get he got his own house. Literally, when they're using their disability against you, you get game. Literally, they use disability. So what's the whole point of this? Why am I making this? Okay, so literally, I'm just going to say flat out. Women have their guard up. If women never had their guard up, literally, then it wouldn't happen. So with the Vario's time for Megalodon, guys, let's just be honest. People also have their guard up. Having their guard up has to do not just with women, but people, which is why my mom is on it. But I was also on it because what do you want girlfriends in high school for? You want them, to compliment your outfit, the way you live, the way you make that A and B, the way you put pieces together. That's what you want to compliment. You're dead on that shit. But what do they compliment actuality? People wearing suits, people being well-groomed, people this, and that. I hear, things all the time about 8th grade, 7th grade, why they wanted to marry me. This, that, when I was still wearing Boy Scouts clothes, and that's why I don't approve of it. I only approve of things being well-groomed. And that's the way, things make sense. Literally, that's a fucking retard. And that's why I use the outside and inside use the same thing. All formula, constantly, So remember, women have to guard up and people have to guard up. Why stranger danger, guys? So anyway, I'm just gonna, put it flat out, When I'm making this video, I want you to know something. Literally, nobody can beat my mom, through and through, because nobody's willing, to give up their pride. Literally, the shit that I had with Slade Sparks, sneaking in the little kid, literally, I had a chance, and that's what this whole point of this video is. Nobody can take my mom because of criminal records. Everyone wants to keep their ego. Everyone wants to do this thing. You had to drop that completely with my mother. Or you gotta recognize this is light skin. It's forwarding it to something like harassment, okay? That's what it is. Literally, you pay for that. You don't want to deal, with her anger or her hiding behind being a woman, this and that. I'm like, you know what? I'm a woman. It's fucking out there. You need to think actually technically, guys. Literally, where does this come from? Literally, comes from somebody who's dealing with somebody with a rape mentality all day. So what happens literally when somebody rapes and self-defense? Because what is fucking rape? In causes openings. So I used to open, I was back there in the corner to do what you do fucking one time, and now you're able to do it all the time 24/7. I know that's a Casper too. They're calling out your mentality. You don't want shit. I told Karen, I told everybody who's portraying me in a reality show, you don't want shit. The minute you want something, you gotta have shit pile up just like them. So it's like literally, it's true. It's very fucking true. And literally, the title of this video is "Nobody Can Beat My Mom" because nobody wants to give up, being macho. Nobody wants to, do this and that. So remember, guys, literally, you're looking like you can because you're doing all this work and all this shit fucking works, but you can do nothing up front. It's retarded. So I'm like, fuck it, get out of there. Just think, on the blind side, So this is MT. There is gonna be one more video. I'm out.